Hey friend, welcome to Made Strong. My name is Jamie Kinsey and I am recording this on New Year's Eve. Yes, today, right now, and I'm in my closet. I wanted you to hear that because I could have waited till January 1st or 2nd or when I was ready or when I had the perfect setup, but that's exactly the kind of thinking that keeps us stuck. And I have done that, honestly, for a while. I've waited, I've researched, I've learned, I've thought about it, I've dreamt about it, I've talked about it, and I never pushed record. So I woke up today and I said, no more waiting. This is happening. So this is not perfect. It's probably messy, but this is me, and I am doing it. So, all right, let's start talking about why this podcast is called Made Strong. And I'm not going to share this every episode, but I wanted to start with why that name actually means something to me. So I was born a pretty sick kiddo, not like a cold here and there, but sick, right? Hospitals, ER visits, respiratory issues, pneumonia, croup. That was every year for the first 4 years of my life. Doctors, machines, breathing treatments, medications. That was my normal. And I didn't grow up thinking that strength was a glamorous thing. I didn't even have the concept of being strong. I just knew what it felt like to need strength just to get through the day, maybe even to get through my next breath. And I didn't know any other life. I didn't know comfort as my default setting. All I knew was struggle. I knew endurance, and I knew to keep going, right? And honestly, looking back, I can see God all over that time of my life because there's no way I would have made it through without Him holding me up. That planted something deep in me before I could even name it strength, but from the inside first. As I got older, that internal strength showed up in many different ways. It showed up in how I think, how I problem solve, how I help people. It's why I became an occupational therapist. It's why I became a coach. It's why I'm drawn to prevention, to resilience, to help people avoid pain where they can, physical pain, emotional pain, health pain, life pain. I've lived on the receiving end of hard, and if I can help someone carry less of that load, I will. So people sometimes assume my strength comes from CrossFit or lifting weights or my healthy habits. And yes, I love muscle building, and I think women should absolutely lift. But the core of my strength was formed long before barbells. It came from enduring what felt impossible, from being held up when I couldn't hold myself up, from learning over and over that life is not about avoiding hard things. It is about becoming someone who can meet them. And that's kind of why we're here today. This podcast is part of my becoming. I felt called to this for a long time. I've talked to other podcasters. I've listened to shows. I've watched YouTubes, watched tutorials. I've picked the brains of people who've done this. I've even asked ChatGPT a ton of questions. And you know what? I realized something. Waiting didn't make me ready. Action is what makes me ready. So 2026, I'm doing this. Messy, real, in motion, not overthinking, and I want you to come with me. Not because I have it all figured out, but because I believe that we become strong when we move, not before we move. So let's talk about the world for a second, because this has been on my heart. I said this to my team just the other day, and it keeps ringing in my ears. I think culture has it wrong. We're told life is supposed to be easy, convenient, comfortable, optimized, frictionless, right? People who make the most money are those who help to save people time, money, energy, effort, right? We hear messages like retire early, work less, take the vacation, hack your life so you never feel discomfort again, as if the goal is to escape effort. And I don't buy that. I just don't, not for a second, because everything meaningful in my life has come from doing things that weren't easy. Being a mom, not easy, probably the hardest job of my life. Building a marriage, definitely not easy. Running a business, especially in the industry that I'm in, not easy. Healing from hip surgery. I just celebrated a 1-year anniversary on the 28th from having had a total hip surgery on my right side. Definitely not easy. Strength training, it is hard. Living aligned with your values, that is hard. Healing is hard. Growth is hard. But here's the thing I've learned. Hard is where becoming happens. Hard humbles you. Hard shapes you. It clarifies what matters. Hard points you to God. Hard seasons reveal your strength and His strength, not comfort. I think we were created to endure, to withstand, to overcome. I don't think we were designed for a life of constant comfort. Comfort is a gift, but it is not the purpose. And think about it. He rested on the seventh day. So 6 days of hard and 1 day of rest, right? Not 7 days of rest. And that is why I call this podcast Made Strong. Not born strong, not always strong, not perfectly strong, made strong, as in formed, shaped, built, refined. So here's what I want to ask you, since you're here with me in episode 1. What has been calling you, but you haven't taken action yet? What keeps nudging you? What idea, dream, project, message, business, habit, opportunity, healing, boundary, or choice keeps circling back to you? I want you to write it down, or to say it out loud, or to message me, or text it to yourself, because I'm telling you this as someone who waited too long. No one is going to do this thing for you. They're just not. No one is coming to save you. And at the same time, everything you need to start is already within reach. I don't have this figured out. This podcast will evolve as I evolve. My voice will change as I grow, and my clarity is going to come with movement. And I can't wait, truly, to look back 1 year from now and say, wow, look who I've become through the act of showing up and just putting myself out there towards this thing that has been calling me for a very long time. You can do that too. And I want to walk beside you as you do it. This year, let's flip comfort culture on its head. Let's choose becoming over arriving. Let's choose strength over numbness. Let's choose faith over fear. Let's choose resilience over abundance. Let's choose resilience over avoidance. And let's choose action over hesitation. This is Made Strong, and I am glad that you're here. And I look forward to seeing you next week. So thanks for spending the time with me, especially on this very first episode. If this has moved you, share it with someone who's becoming too. Hit follow so you don't miss episode 2, and connect with me on Instagram at Jamie Kinsey, JamiEKUenzie. And remember, strength is made, not found, and becoming is the point. Talk soon.